that they have a big opponent coming in here next week, top 25. But this opponent in front of them today is not to be taken lightly. He wants to make sure his players are looking at them and understanding they have quality players too, and not look ahead to next week. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. Buckeyes ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Running inside, it's Turner. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Here's Simmons to throw. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Out wide right, it's Brown. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Third down, and they'll need 2 on this initial drive of the game. Looking to throw at Simmons. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Well, third and short, I think the offense was probably expecting blitz. That's why they dialed up the screen, but it did not fool the defense. Great job defending the screen, setting up fourth.
The one thing that can derail this offense, a bunch of 3 and outs. They won't do that here, but they might go 4 and out if they don't convert. They make the stop, but not before. He gets enough to convert on 4th down, and rolling the dice pays off. The definition of 4-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do, but maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the first down. Nothing to worry about.
You know, that really speaks to the identity of this defense, guys. They take pride in big hits and clean tackles, but they are going to let you know they're there. They're going to let you know for 60 minutes. I love this run defense because of the way they play.
And he's brought down after a short gain.
You know, these little 1 to 2, 3-yard gains early, they're like body blows in a boxing match, and those gains become 10, 12, 15-yarders as the game goes on, and they wear this defense down.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
That is exactly how you set a tone when you're on defense, and especially when you're at home. If you can get them and force them into a punt early, keep that crowd going and involved, man, is it fun to play defense.
The pursuit and coverage was there, and they swarmed him under for no gain. The offense starts in the shadow of its own end zone. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Jackson. Brought down at the 20. It's a first down as this offense tries to get something going from deep in its own territory. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. and St. Clair. Going for it all. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
And that's not a surprise. When a QB lines up and sees man-to-man coverage on his guy that runs so fast on the GPS that it's speeding in a school zone, like, this dude can absolutely roll. He sees man coverage, tries to take advantage of it. They don't execute on that play. But if you want to play that defense, I think you'll get that pattern a lot from that guy.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
So they're facing 3rd and short from the 25. Caught. Really nice job to get it past the sticks. Pick up the first down at the 30. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding.
Fires and picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. He's at the 40. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
Can't get him to the ground. Got enough for the first down. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
You know what? Everybody gets energized on the whole football team when you got running backs that fight for extra yards and breaks tackles. It's awesome to watch. Everybody literally gets a little jolt of energy because that guy continues to fight for everything he gets.
Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown tie! They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the capper came on the run to the end zone from the 13. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. Makes a move. Just barely able to stop him. He almost housed that baby. The nice return there. That last line of coverage is the only thing that stopped him from scoring. First play of the drive comes from the 41. Feet. Wide open spaces. Inside the 10. He can't corral the press. The ball's on the ground. Scoop and scored. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0.
And this is what's going to drive coaches crazy. It's mental errors, right? It doesn't take any talent or lack of talent to have that penalty. You just got to watch the ball, and when it's snapped, get after the quarterback.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. Bunch formation for these receivers. St. Clair Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. That's reeled in. It's Johnson. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. Big play out of the gate to start this drive, and here they come again. Dropping back, it's St. Clair. He lets it fly. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
That's an example of the offensive coordinator trying to be aggressive and trying to take a shot. Now, the offense isn't able to click on that play, but moving ahead in the second half, it's important they continue to dial up these big plays. You want to stay aggressive, and you want to keep testing this second.
Unloads to the wideout. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
I think this quarterback just has to be careful with his decision-making. Yes, he's one of the most talented guys in the country, but early in this game, we're now seeing him throw the ball into double coverage. He's very lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Run the gun on third down, St. Clair. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air.
Guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th and long. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. St. Clair to throw for it on 4th. He's got it. First down and more. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Hit as he throws. In traffic, it's Smith. Gets it past the marker for a first down, and that's the way we will wrap up the first quarter. We've reached the break, and Alabama has the lead. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Wide receiver going in motion. Again, it's St. Clair. Big guy smells it. Gets it into the end zone, but there is a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. The AT unit on the field. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. They go 83 yards on the drive, and they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Three tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Simmons. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
That's one of the reasons I love this linebacker, man. He can rush the passer. He does a great job timing his blitz, and with that speed, he's able to get home quicker.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's Simmons. Out wide left, it's Brown. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Lined up in the gun, here's Simmons on 3rd. Right side, it's Turner. Still on his feet at the 45. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33.
Well, it's a really nice job by the quarterback that time, working through his progressions, because the running back was not the primary target on that play. You find the check down, though, and when you get it to that guy, if he's even got a little bit of room, he's got the wiggle and the speed, and he's going to make something really positive happen. He did right there.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
The linebacker was not fooled at all. He read his keys. He saw the running back release out of the backfield. He's got some speed and wheels himself to run with them. And yeah, the running back made the catch, but he went right down to the ground. Really nice job that time by the linebacker.
Stepping to the right. There he goes. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it at the 12.
And this is why offenses tell you all the time, they want to keep it in 3rd and short or 3rd and medium like you had right here. They make you defend the whole field, and then the QB sees it. Nothing there, tucks it, does a nice job getting positive yards and getting the first down.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Throwing Simmons. He's got him still on his feet. Running through contact. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense. Coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown, but you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
Looks as if he's going to run it. Nothing doing. He is stopped short of the goal line. Alabama pushing the tempo. And they stop him again for no gain, and it will be 3rd down.
The defense really gets it. They understand what's going on. The quarterback is a threat to run the football. I have to understand that. It changes the way I play defense. Am I going to have more speed on the field? Whatever I do, I got to make sure I do what they did right there. Focus in on the QB, lock in, and make sure he doesn't beat me. Second quarter might not be gamble time, but inside the 3, Palmer, I've got the green light. I'm going for this.
I am too. And you're essentially running a 2-point play here, right? You've got a play you practice all week long. That's the play you dial up right here.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. Fourth and goal from the 2. Can they finish this drive? Simmons to throw for it on 4th. Back's looking for the goal line. And he'll run out of bounds just short of the goal line. Wanted to get it in, but couldn't quite get home. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. The goalpost breathing down their neck as they're backed up in their own end, starting the drive from their own 1. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game. The Tide will have to call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
He's going to let it go. A full dive to haul that one in. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. St. Clair. And the quarterback goes down, but there is a penalty marker right at the line of scrimmage, and this may go against the defense. They'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. It's 1st and 5. Back to throw, it's St. Clair. He uncorks one deep. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Intercepted and room to run at the 20. All the way back. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
And, man, this defense proving to be so opportunistic. They don't just turn people over. You've already seen them scoop up a fumble, take it back to the house, now an interception, and take it back to the house. They make big plays, and they put that thing in the end zone.
And they did tack on the extra point. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Tavian St. Clair going long. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on 1st down.
I love that play call by the offensive coordinator. Your quarterback just threw a pick 6. You want to pick him right back up, right? So don't handcuff him. On the very first play of the next drive, let him throw the football to try to...
Going deep. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Breaks into the open. He'll have enough for the 1st down, and they stop him at the 45. And the Buckeyes in the hurry-up.
And how about this offense? What are you thinking as a defense right now? I'm thinking pass, bringing in guys, making sure I stay deep, playing for the pass, and they run the run right at him. Kind of catch him off guard, get the big yardage, big play, 1st down for this offense.
Gets it down to the 33. They pick up the 1st down, got to use their time wisely. And with that last carry, into triple digits, over 100 yards for the day.
And he's showing you power. He's showing you speed. He's showing you make you miss. He really is showing you he's a complete back. And by the way, it's still the 1st half.
This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. St. Clair rushes on. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Fires to the wideout. Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the 1st down.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Again, it's St. Clair. Throws to the wideout. Good coverage to knock that pass away.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions. You've given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. Throwing St. Clair. Unloads to the right. Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a 4th down.
Really nice 3rd down sub-defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, and now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
But look at this. They're not setting up to punt. They're going to try to cut into this lead, and this is a huge risk late in the half. 4th down, St. Clair. Unloads to the wideout. Makes a grab past the marker. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They'll have just enough time to get 1 more snap before the half. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Again, it's St. Clair. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
Last play of this quarter, and it will be 2nd and goal. Tavian St. Clair going for 6. Touchdown, Buckeyes! The sure hand's in the end zone, and he has 6.
Now, what a great job by this offense finishing the half. It wasn't perfect. You're still trailing, but now you've cut that lead to a 1-score game. Now in the second half, we can come out, make some things happen. We just created some big momentum for this offense. Now we take it into halftime.
We played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, welcome in to our EA Sports Studios here in Orlando, the Week 2 edition of our College Football Update Show. We begin our wraparound with Clemson, taking on the number 1 team, the Oregon Ducks. And it's the Tigers, with one of the biggest wins in program history, taking down the number 1 team in the country. This will push them to 2-0 on the season.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Not hard to figure out why they trail to start this 3rd quarter. 3 first-half turnovers.
So if you're on offense, let's just stay out of our way and find out what...
There he goes! The 40! He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it. They just dialed up 1 big play. Let's see if they've got another one on 1st and 10 from the 35. They'll move the tight end. Might as well give it to him again. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Shoots it to the left. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
The Buckeyes will have it 1st and 10. They're all over him. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Out wide right, it's Craver. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped.
This offense can get a lot of yards, and it doesn't take a lot of plays. You've seen that here. They have speed, speed, and speed. It kills you. If guys get a little bit of space, they just gobble up yards. They've had the defense completely on their heels, and now they're all the way backed up against their own goal line.
He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Left side is Craver. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeye!
And the offense punches it in again, and we call his name again. That's 2 touchdowns now in 2 games with still more to be played. I'll tell you what, I think this guy's name will be called a lot more throughout the season. He's that kind of good.
And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the 3rd quarter. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes that Alabama offense. Now they'll try to answer that score with one of their own and regain the lead here in the third. Got the first down. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. You love to deliver a punch on the first play of the drive. They've got it at the 46 on first down. Here's Simmons to throw. Out wide left, it's Turner. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out of it.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on third down. Simmons trying not to drown in the noise. Quick catch. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. Don't even think about sending the special teams out on fourth down and 3. Again, it's Simmons. He'll try to do it himself. Oh, he's got some space. And he'll slide after picking up the first down.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Right side, it's Brown. He's down right there, short gain on the grab.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He was in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Fires to the big fella. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move him back. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Simmons. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Tight ends are supposed to be the quarterback's security blanket, especially down here in the red zone. And that time, he just dropped it.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Looking downfield, it's Simmons. He's got the back in the middle. Good throwing catch, takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
And here comes money down for this offense. Third down execution is a premium. You work on it all week ad nauseum for these moments when you can execute when the field starts to shrink.
From the gun on third down, Simmons. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Well, on third and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on fourth down.
They're going to stay aggressive and leave the offense out there on fourth down again. Austin Simmons firing again. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And that decision will be questioned for a while.
Man, sometimes the best defense is getting a little bit lucky. He was open. He had a chance to make a play. He just drops it through his hand. It was pretty good defense, but you take those breaks when you can get them.
He is snowed under nowhere to go, and it'll be second and long.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be third down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
St. Clair from the gun on third down. Pulls it in on the right. Finds some room. 10. Touchdown, Ohio State. That one will give them the lead. Ready to try the point after. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And man, did they cover that crowd in a flash. A 95-yard touchdown pass. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Throwing Simmons. Buying time to his right. Unloads in the nick of time.
Nothing the receiver could have done on that play, guys. You're not expecting the ball to be thrown behind you like that, especially in the quick game.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Looking for a man. It's Simmons. Fires to the middle. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Wide open downfield. He was just a breath from taking that one all the way, and he'll run that momentum right into the fourth quarter. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. One final period to play, and we'll see who can grab that W as we start the fourth. Final stanza of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Looking for room. It's Turner. They get him stopped at the 26, but boy, that was an attitude run. A pickup of 6.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Here's Simmons to throw. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Takes it the other way. The 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Buckeyes. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score.
Man, what a play by this defense. You're trying to get the ball back to your offense, trying to salt this game away and get the win. Not only do you drink the turnover, you get the touchdown. Now you take a 2-score lead late in this ball game. This defense just stepped up in a big moment.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here.
Makes a deep grab. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. Alabama hit him with a big pass play. Will they keep slinging it? Simmons rolls right. Fires downfield. Out wide right, it's Brown. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your best players.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. Moving the pocket, it's Simmons. Oh, pressure's coming. On the move and looking. Turning it on. He's finally brought down, but he takes it all the way to the 6. They are really clicking along, 1st and goal on just the 4th play of the drive. Throwing Simmons. That ball is intercepted at the goal line. Returns it down to the 35-yard line as they cash in on the opportunity to force a turnover. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. And that interception might well be the nail in the coffin. Offense gets the ball back, up by 2 scores. He's got the first down. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
Right back to the well. Stopped behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy. The Tide will have to call their first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
Well, on that last deep shot, it looked to me like the quarterback probably forced that ball into coverage. But can you really blame him, guys? I mean, these two have already hooked up for 2 touchdowns in the game. If I'm him, I'm thinking the same thing. Even when he's covered, he's open. He's shown the ability to climb the ladder and make contested catches. So I don't mind him taking another shot there.
Run the gun on 3rd down, St. Clair. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, it feels like every time this offense has the ball, they're scoring points. They are lighting it up. And through the air, they've looked virtually unstoppable. It looks like they've got the better athletes. And
hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. St. Clair to throw for it on 4th. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Can't hook up on the long throw, and 4th down goes by the boards for this offense.
I think that might be the very definition of just trying to rub salt in the wound, right? You got the lead, multiple possessions, you're looking really, really good, late in the ball game, and you go for it again. So you're just trying to, listen, it's their job to stop you. I like the offense.
Trying to beat the D deep. And he tried to take the top off with the first play of the drive and got nothing to show for it.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have...
Fires toward the end zone. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game. So they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
Simmons from the gun on third down. Oh, he loves to fire downfield.
Now, I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Fourth down, Simmons. Fires to the wideout. Hauls it in easily enough for the first down. They'll knock him down, but he moves the sticks, and the fourth down decision pays off big time. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Here's Simmons to throw. Escapes the pressure to his right. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. At the line of scrimmage, but they won't snap it here. They're going to use the timeout instead. They'll get together to decide how to play this down. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Back to throw, it's Simmons. Under pressure. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And the defense is smelling blood in the water at this juncture. They know the offense is going to throw it, and that's why you see these D linemen and linebackers, man, they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback, and to hit that time, help force the incompletion.
They got him, and down he goes, and what a huge sack that might have knocked him out of field goal range. Simmons to throw for it on 4. Unloads to the wideout. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Taking it the other way. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Buckeye! Took it all the way back to the house.
And what a fantastic job by the defense there on that 4th down. They understand, obviously, having a big lead, the offense is going to go for it. They're going to have to throw it. Everybody on defense has their eyes on the QB. They're able to jump in front of the pass, take it in for a touchdown, build their lead, and that essentially seals this game. They're going to go home with a double.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Gets it across the 30 to the 31. Nice pickup on the return there. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. Throwing Mack. He wants a big play here late. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. After that huge play, they've now got it inside the 30. It's 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Mack. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Throws to the wideout. It's dropped after taking the hit.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully
lets it fly deep downfield. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. Defense in press coverage. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bama!
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
And he added the extra point. Time is against them, still down by 2 scores, but they'll line up for the onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
Well, they got their hands team out there for a reason, and that's why in these situations you put receivers, tight ends, and dudes that can hold on to the football, knowing that, hey, all we got to do is recover this onside kick. David, we win the game.
And, man, this is such a low percentage play, right? Like, it's so hard to kick an onside and actually have it bounce correctly and go right. You're right. They put the right players on the field. They didn't get the good bounce, and this one's over.
Going to throw it over the top of the knee. It's a big stride inside the 10. Touchdown, Ohio State. Made the grab and took it on in for the score. His 3rd touchdown of the game. That's almost half of his total as he now has 7 on the year.
Man, you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Nice grab to get that squib kick inside the 10. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Mack. Here's a throw downfield late. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but 2nd down coming.
With the lead late in the game, this defense right now knows that the opponent's going to be throwing the football, and they're doing a nice job mixing up their coverages, but also changing their personnel, sometimes putting extra DBs on the field. That time, deep shot, 2 guys go up, nobody comes down with it. The defense...
He's going for a big play downfield. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. They call the timeout here, and we have 1, maybe 2 snaps remaining in this one. After this, it'll be a wrap. Looking for a man. It's Mack. A deep throw as the clock winds down. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion.
Going for the big play. Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. And that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work through throwing the football in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game, David. This was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses have evolved so much. They can do so many different things, and they know how to use their playmakers, get speed and space, make those big plays. So that's why offenses are ahead of defenses. In this game, it was no different.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. saying goodbye, everybody.
Greetings and welcome to a very special moment on the annual sports calendar. The Heisman Trophy ceremony presented by EA Sports. Inside the Tiburon Theater, I'm Chris Fowler. So proud to bring you Heisman Trophy night every year. So many memories come out of this night. Each of these guys have hung out together, got to know each other better, but ultimately, the night's going to belong to one guy. One name will be read here, and one man will have that life-changing moment and forever be known as a Heisman Trophy winner. These are nervous times for these guys. The announcement just moments away. They've gotten to New York City, not by focusing on it, but once you're here, man, they want to win it. And every past winner has told me this is really a nervous time for them. They're this close to the trophy, but will they get a chance?